To install PyYaml, we just have to run pip install PyYaml. To import the library, we have to use import YAML. First, let's take a look at our YAML files. The first file, 1.yaml, only contains one block of YAML data. The second file, multiple.yaml, contains 2 blocks of YAML data. So, let's look at how to read a YAML file. To read a YAML file, we first have to open the file in read mode, then load the contents using safe load. There are multiple loaders because of different constructors. It's best to stick with the safe version whenever possible, because the safe load version will not create any arbitrary Python objects. Now, let's check what we have loaded, and also let's check the data type that we have loaded. So as you can see, the contents loaded from our file is stored in a dictionary. Next, let's look at how we can load a YAML file with multiple YAML data. As usual, we first have to open our file in read mode before we can load all the contents within. Now, as you can see, if we try to use safe load on our multiple.yaml file, which has multiple YAML blocks of data, it throws an error. So, we have to use a different function, which is yaml.saveload. If we try to print this out, we will get a generator object. To see what we actually loaded, we can simply change the object into a list. Now, let's look at how we can modify the contents that we have loaded. To modify the contents that we loaded, we must first identify the data type. If the value for the key is a string, we must first put all the additional values in a list before we can update the key value pair. For example, let's update this platform value, and we want to add Facebook together with YouTube. Since this is a dictionary, we have to specify the key that we are trying to modify. So, I'm trying to update the platform key to point to the values YouTube as well as Facebook. We can see that the value for our platform key has been updated to YouTube and Facebook. Now let's try to update this video key and add an additional value to the list. Since the value is a list, we can easily update it using a pen. Now let's run this again. And as we can see, the list value for the video key has been updated. Now, let's look at how we can write the changes into a new file. First, we create a new file. I'm going to call mine output.yaml. We open it in write mode. Finally, we use yaml.dump followed by the data, which is contents, and our output file, which is dump file. As we run this, we can see that our output file is generated and the new values are updated within this YAML file. So, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.